Hi, my name is Perry. Please like and subscribe. The day I was born, my parents shrieked. She is all white. I was so pale that I appeared white, with very light brown eyes and beach blonde hair.
But she's so pretty.
And yes, according to my dad, I was still a stunner. The doctors diagnosed me with albinism. It wasn't life-threatening, but it wasn't going to be easy either. When I was 7, I was playing in the park. Hey, can we play? Go away, Dracula. And with that, she ran away. It wasn't the first time something like this happened. My unusual appearance freaked other kids out all the time. I went to my dad in tears.
Oh, honey, the kids are jealous because you're so pretty.
Pretty? I'm a weirdo. More reason why you should always stay indoors, sweetie.
Don't say that. A few minutes in the sun won't hurt.
Mom just huffed and walked off. My dad always had my back, and I was super grateful for it. Just a few words from him, and I would be feeling like a princess. But my mom was a different matter. I wouldn't really say she hated me, but she seemed to resent any attempts I made to socialize. When I was 8, Dad got a new job, and we moved from our home in Louisiana to Texas.
Come on, honey, I'll take you to school today.
But Dad, it's your first day at work.
It's your first day at your new school, and I want to take you.
You will be late for work, dear. We didn't come all the way here for you to be fired on your first day. She can take the bus.
No, I want to take my sweet angel there myself.
Oh, Daddy. See what I told you about my dad loving me to bits? Mom glared at me as we hugged, and I stuck my tongue out at her. He drove me to school with one of his sleek sports cars, instantly drawing every eye to me when I stepped out. I was very self-conscious. Soon, the teacher called on me to introduce myself. It was my first class in 3rd grade, and I was really nervous, so I fumbled for the words for a while. Perry, my name, Just then, a kid with a bean-shaped head threw a paper plane at me. Hey, Four Eyes! Were you born in a cave? As if a bomb had been set off, all the kids started pointing at me and laughing, making fun of my unusual skin. She's like an ugly Snow White. The teacher tried to bring the class under control, but they were really out of it. Just as I was about to run away from the class and find somewhere to cry, a boy stood up.
Hey, at least she's pretty, unlike you, beanhead.
That shut the boy up and quieted the class down. I was glad to return to my seat and stole glances at the boy who had defended me in class. He didn't even look my way. When I returned home, I told my mom everything that had happened. Oh, those nasty brats. But that sweet little boy, what's his name again? Greg. He did well defending you. That was so sweet. I was surprised at the unexpected comfort from her, but soaked it in happily. However, to my shock, when I came downstairs the next day ready for school, my parents told me I would have to quit school. What? Why?
It's the best way to protect you, my dear. You will be homeschooled for now.
But I want to go outside. I want to go to a school where there are other kids.
Yeah, other kids that are mean to you.
They're not all bad. Perry, the answer is no. We are doing what is best for you and make you the most comfortable. This way, you won't have to worry about sunburns or being called nasty names. And just like that, my life was swept from beneath my feet. My parents employed teacher after teacher to teach me. And if they so much as looked at me the wrong way, Dad had them fired. This continued for 8 years. During that time, I developed the hobby of sitting under the pomegranate tree that marked the boundary of our lawn from our neighbors. I would read, and sometimes I would fantasize about the boy from 6 years ago, Greg. It was the only time of day I could do so without fear of being burned by the sun. One evening, I grabbed a book as usual and made my way to the tree. But to my shock, someone was sitting there. Hey, that's my spot! When the person turned to face me, my heart stopped. I would recognize that face anywhere. Greg! He was even more handsome now.
It's my spot now.
He didn't seem to have recognized me. What are you doing here?
Excuse me? I live here.
What the heck? But how? The question must have sounded dumb to his ears because he gave me a droll stare and said,
Are you living underground or something? I moved in with my mom to the next house to yours about a week ago.
A week? Wow, good to see you again, Greg.
Excuse me? Do I know you from somewhere? How do you know my name?
Oh boy, I wanted to kick myself for the slip. Greg and I hadn't even spoken the first time we met, so he must be pretty freaked out that I'd know his name. I'm just really good with guessing names. I am not a stalker, I swear. You can take the spot for today. I'll see you later. I turned around to make my escape, but Greg caught my wrist and spun me around to face him. My heart raced as he looked into my eyes for several seconds before he asked in a very low voice,
Why did you run away?
Excuse me?
Who quit school after one day?
I realized then that Greg had recognized me. You remember me?
The white angel that I didn't get to see again? I never got your name.
I'm Perry, and I never got to thank you for standing up for me. Thank you.
That's okay, so why did you leave?
After I told him everything, he was really upset at my parents.
Why would they do that? 8 years without leaving the house?
It's for my own good. He didn't say anything afterwards, but I could tell he was really angry. My life became pretty much a fairy tale then. Every evening, Greg and I would meet at the tree and talk or play games. He would tell me about all the craziness of high school while I drank it up like a thirsty dog, wishing I could experience most of what he said. When I introduced him to my dad as my hero from the past, Dad was ecstatic and invited Greg and Greg's mom over for dinner. My mom was sulky about it. Seriously? He saved her like, what, a decade ago? And you still feel the need to say thank you? It was 8 years ago, Mom.
We're not just saying thank you, we're celebrating Perry's first friend.
A first friend that could still be nasty to her one day. Don't you think you're already being nasty to me? Sorry if the truth hurts, Missy. Despite Mom's protests, Dad wouldn't budge. Greg was coming to dinner. Dinner was super fun. Greg's mom seemed to really like me, but I could sense that she was holding some kind of anger back. The ice broke when she asked my mom, "You said you didn't have a child." My stomach dropped, and I looked at my mom in shock. Mom, what is she talking about? Dad was just as shocked. It's still for your own good, Perry. I thought it was best for people not to come here to bother you. But I will make an exception for Greg and his mom. I couldn't take it anymore. So you tell people you are childless because I am an albino? To my surprise, Mom glared right back at me. You think it's easy to have an albino child? Other kids go out in the sun and play like there's no tomorrow. But you? The moment you do, you are red and blotchy and it's just so... all of the things you could be, Perry. Why did you have to be born an albino? I was speechless at the outburst. I couldn't believe that Mom had such resentment for me deep in her heart. Before I could speak, Greg's mom spoke up. You want to know what other things your daughter could be, Mrs. Will? She could be dead. I gaped at her, and then at Greg, but he just gestured for me to calm down and listen. 8 years and 2 months ago, I lost my first child. She was albino. So beautiful. But I did the opposite of what you are doing now. In an attempt to let her live a life like other kids, I let her play in the sun with just a bit of sunscreen because she kept complaining it made her sweat too much. Skin cancer came and, well, she's gone. Greg had tears in his eyes and his mom spoke and I couldn't stop myself either. No wonder he stood up for me so fiercely back then in class. Oh, well, you see, I'm only doing her a favor.
By telling people we are childless?
Mom huffed, turned on her feet, and stormed away without so much as an apology. I didn't sleep that whole night, but stayed awake watching videos from my favorite channel, Storytime Animated. My dad knocked at my door and pleaded me to open it, but I ignored him. It was true he hadn't known about Mom's hidden hatred, but I was still mad at him for going along with her plan to shut me inside. Then I got a message from an unknown number. When I opened it, I saw it was a message from Greg, asking me to look out my window. I did, and a grin bloomed on my face when I saw that he was there in the dark, holding up a bunch of flowers.
Hey, can you come down here for a bit?
From my bedroom window, I climbed down and met him on the lawn. We said nothing for a while, staring at the stars. I'm sorry about your sister, I didn't know.
It's the past.
Is that why you are friendly to me? Because I remind you of her?
I like you very much, Perry. Not because I'm fascinated with your unique coloring. 8 years ago I was, but now hanging out with you, I have come to see who you really are, and I'm in love with that person. You have such a good heart.
My heart soared at the words, and I stared into his beautiful eyes. I love you too. When our lips pressed together, I could barely remember why I was upset.
Did I tell you my mom is a certified dermatologist? She's pursued the career a year after my sister's death, and is soon to launch a line of cosmetic products specifically designed for the needs of albinos. She would like you to be the face of her company.
What? Really? Yes, Perry. Really. I turned in surprise to see Greg's mom coming towards us with a kind smile on her face. I am sorry for ruining the lovely dinner today, Perry. I just couldn't bear seeing your mother treat you that way. It's okay. At least now I know how my mom really feels about me. She offered again for me to be the face of the cosmetic line she was about to launch, and I said yes. My rise to stardom was swift. The products Greg's mom produced was a special sunscreen that was light yet effective, and still nourished the skin and made it glow. I didn't have to wear those oversized clothes and hats anymore. Soon I was on billboards and on the front page of magazines. I was dubbed the Snow Princess. Other companies sought me out for adverts, loving how I glowed and praising my unique beauty, but I turned them down, exclusively dedicated to working for Greg's mom. Plus, she paid 10 times more than any adult could even dream of getting. At home, things between myself and my parents were still a bit tense.
What would you like to have for breakfast, Perry?
Nothing that you make. Mom and Dad argued a lot now. She even threw things at him and swore not to apologize to me despite Dad's pleas to.
I am not saying sorry. You can ask me 100 times. She is just being a brat.
Dad and I were still trying to rekindle our relationship, but Mom wasn't helping things at all. He was really happy with my modeling career. Mom was not.
Yeah, you're a model now, but it's just a matter of months before people get bored of you.
I rolled my eyes. By now, I had made peace with the fact that Mom just didn't like me. Nothing I did impressed her, and I was so done. You know what? Maybe I should just leave this place so you can truly be childless.
Can I come with you, Perry?
I couldn't believe my ears. I turned to my dad and he looked dead serious.
I think I might die if I continue living with this woman.
And just like that, we got another apartment. Mom didn't even apologize. I heard from Greg that she moved out a week later to God knows where. Good riddance. With Mom's nuisance absent, Dad and I were happier than ever, or at least tried to be. We both missed her a bit, save for her craziness. She wasn't an entirely bad person, but we tried to shake it off by goofing around with each other. The first day I attended school with Greg, it felt like I was born anew. I wore regular clothes out in the sun and my color remained as it were. Several people complimented my looks and many others squealed when they recognized me as the Snow Princess. Oh my god! You look like Princess Elsa from the animation! So beautiful! And Greg and I were going on strong with our parents' approval. We planned to go to the same university.
So you said you'd tell me what you will do with some of the wealth you've acquired so far.
Yeah, I want to give 70% of my earnings to the National Organism for Albinism and hypopigmentation to help as many specially colored people as possible have access to proper skincare.
Wow, see what I said? You're not just pretty, you have a good heart too. Perry, you're one in a million, literally and figuratively.
You always make me blush. We were just about to kiss when I saw from the corner of my eye, Mom!
Hey Perry, I've been looking all over for you. I really wronged you and your dad. I need your forgiveness.
Seeing my mom that way, I couldn't stop the tears that filled my eyes. Truth was, I had missed her a lot. She may not have been the best mom, but we had shared some good memories. Is that all you need, Mom?
No, I need us to be a family again. I miss you and your dad. Please give me another chance.
Greg looked at me and gave me an encouraging nod, but I hardly needed his approval to rush into my mother's arms. Welcome back, Mom. Welcome back, Mom.